Hey guys, Brian from Apex Detail here. I get a lot of questions on the FLEX 3401. I thought I would do a video to show how you can make it easier to operate and also get it into tighter spaces than the stock backing plate that's already on it. You can use the Lake Country FLEX XC3401 4-inch changeable backing plate system. You can grab this Autotopia, AutoGeek, Amazon, and a few other places. So all you're going to need is the kit itself, a 3/16 and a 7/32 Allen key, and also some lubrication for the felt liner or the felt washer that goes underneath the geared backing plate. So we're going to grab the 3/16 Allen key. We're going to remove the stock bolt so we can remove the backing plate. That's all in one piece stock, but it's 6-inch. And you know, if you're not used to the machine with the reverse spin that it has, it oscillates and it rotates. Here you can see how it oscillates with the offset and the balance weight, and that throws it up against the gear on the outside of the shroud and makes it a forced rotation. So we want to change it to a smaller backing plate. It'll actually make it easier to use, less walking, and fit into tighter spaces. But first we want to lubricate that felt ring right in here. Any type of lubrication at all will help, guys. Right now, I'm just using the Schaefer's Penetrol 90, but you can also use some standard gear grease as well. Okay, that's taken care of. It's time to break out the kit and show you what it consists of. It is a 2-piece gear and backing plate system. It also comes with a 1/2-inch and 2 1-inch washers, and also the 7/32 Allen key bolt. I'm also going to get a little bit of lubrication on the plastic gear coupler that will go up against the felt ring that we lubricated on the polisher itself. This will house the backing plate that will come on. Again, it's a 2-piece. It's not the 1 piece that came off of it. And then that is a hook and loop so you can attach different pads. We'll get to those pads a little bit later. You'll notice on top of the balance weight, there is a notched area with threads that the bolt goes in and holds both the coupler and the hook and loop backing plate. And the 2 1-inch washers will go in first after you insert the coupler. Next, the backing plate, the hook and loop portion of the backing plate is notched. It will fit right on top of the coupler. And then you put the 1/2-inch washer, and then the 7/32 bolt will go in there and just secure it and tighten it up. You don't have to crank it down with 28 pounds of pressure, guys. Just snug it up. And there you go. Now the machine with that smaller backing plate will have a shorter throw. You can fit it into tighter spaces, and I'll show you a little bit later on the test panel that it is easier to use, less walking around. When it comes to pads, you can throw a 5-inch pad on it, but it's not going to be very good for the pads themselves. They're going to sort of inflate and wrap themselves up around the backing plate being too large. So look for these 4-inch pads. They are beveled, and it works perfectly. As we get the beveled pad onto the backing plate, you're going to see it'll keep you out of trouble. It'll keep the backing plate from going up against painted areas or maybe plastic trim, causing damage, and it makes the polisher and the pad a lot easier to use. Here you can see how the beveled edge works perfectly with the backing plate. All right, now over to the test panel where I can show you how precise you can be with the polisher and how it gives you a little bit of less walking reaction, which means the polisher won't get away from you. For those not familiar with the machine, this machine is forced rotation. It rotates and oscillates at the same time. All right, so this is the test panel we're going to use. You can see that we have some trouble clear coat in this real small area we have blocked off. And we'll just throw some 3D1 on this pad here, and we'll do some precise polishing. You'll see when I'm doing a crisscross pattern, my lines going left to right and then up and down are crisp, straight, precise. The machine isn't walking all over the place. It's a lot easier to use. And there we go. We even had the machine down on low. Just wanted to share this with you. This kit has been out for quite some time, but I believe those of you just getting into this and are looking at the FLEX 3401, this kit will make the polisher easier to get used to. You can get in more tighter spaces and make it a more flexible polisher. And here you can see the turnaround we made with very little effort. So that's going to do it for today's video, short. But the next video I have coming up is going to be for those of you asking for a pressure washer that's electric, light, easy to store, easy to use, but is strong enough to operate foam cannons. Take a look for that video. It'll be coming up shortly.